Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Ronald Ray here, your boy with a cornbread accent. Welcome you to this edition of WWE Raw Recap Show. Uh, this Raw took place at the TD Gardens in Boston, Massachusetts, home of the late great Kevin Sullivan. Basically, this show kind of moves storylines along, and uh, not sure. I think the next PLE is the Royal Rumble, so not really set up anything for the Royal Rumble just yet, but did get some tournament action, which was pretty good. Other than that, not too bad of an episode. With that being said, let's go ahead and do the usual BS. Hey, if you're entertained by this and like this video, click that thumbs up button. Also, leave a comment. Let me know what you thought about this week's Raw, or just simply say hello. And if you're not a subscriber yet, be a champ and click that subscribe button along with the notification bell. That way you know when all my content comes out and available, when it's available, when it's new. There we go. That sounds better. Anyway, now with that BS out of the way, let's let her rip. First segment, of course, features Drew McIntyre. Boy, he's a big. I can't do a Scottish accent. I ain't gonna try it. Anyway, uh, Drew McIntyre came out, and usually do his usual anger self. He explained what not only was he absent for nursing injuries, he had somebody uh close to him pass away. That's why the absence in Scotland, and of course he's kind of ticked off that nobody called and asked him how he was doing or anything like that. And he's also says he's tired of the lies that all the WWE superstars are just one big happy family, and all the employees. But I think he said maybe he got one call, but didn't say who. But anyway, this brings out Sami Zayn. Sami explains how, look, we thought you was home nursing injuries, like all the wrestlers in the back, all the fans just thought you was nursing your injuries from the Hell in the Cell match you had. Um, he Sammy basically says, "Hey, dude, just get over the whole bloodline thing. That happened a long time ago." Went on to challenge him for a match. Uh, then when Drew said, "Hey, look, buddy, why don't you just take you and your family and leave the building?" Sami Zayn said, "I'd rather do this." Sucked him right in the face. But Drew McIntyre would get the better of that fight. Would set him up for that Claymore kick. But here comes Jey Uso to save the day. Uh, and later on, there's a little backstage segment where Sammy and Jay were talking and said, "Hey, he attacked me too. I want a piece of Drew McIntyre myself." But Sammy said, "Look, I already talked to Pearson and everything else, so there was a match and will be your main event, Sami Zayn against Drew McIntyre." Uh, but it seems like they got Jey Uso focused on something else too. So more on that later. First match of the night was a tournament match for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. It featured Io Sky going against Out of Fire, going against, I guess we start calling her almost legendary now, Natalya. Uh, Good match here. Got three uh, great female workers in this match. Thought this thought this was pretty good. Early on, all the women got a little bit of shine in. Um, Towards the end, though, we seen Out of Fire get the advantage. Uh, Hit both Natalya and Io Sky with a swanton. Covered Io Sky for a 2 count. Then turned around and covered Natalya for a new 2 count. But like I said, 2 count didn't prevail. She locked Natalya in a submission hold. Natalya wound up getting out of it, and when Io Sky was trying to intervene, she countered her kick and slapped on a double, slapped them basically both at the same time with the sharpshooter, but they were able to get out of it. Io Sky would make a comeback, and in the end, hit the over the moon salt on Natalya for the 1, 2, 3. Moving on in the Intercontinental Championship tournament. So yeah, like I said, a good match here. Um, I'm big on the unholy union. I think that's what they call themselves. Uh, Wish they go back to trying to challenge for the tag team championship, or get built up, more character to it. But maybe I did read today that once Raw goes back to Netflix, it will be 3 hours again, and they're shooting for a 3 hour SmackDown too. So not sure how much of a fan of that I am, but I did really dig the 2 hour Raws. But I'm pretty sure Netflix had a bit of pull on that decision, and I always heard USA always wanted WWE products or WWE shows to be 3 hours. Uh, anyway, next match of the night was Chad Gable versus Akira Tozawa. Of course, this is going back to the feud they, when Chad Gable left the Alpha Academy and formed American Made, kind of leaving his students behind, and sort of, I guess, Otis, Tozawa, and Maxine Dupree kind of you know, distance himself from Chad Gable because he's being a bit of a bully. And he was kind of a bully in this match too. Um, he would take most of the advantage of this match. He will almost let himself get distracted, mess with Otis a little bit. It almost cost him in the match. Tozawa made a comeback. Um, went to the top rope for the top rope senton, but Cable pulled his knees up. Would clamp on that ankle lock for the tap out submission. Of course, after this, Otis didn't like him. Gable keep, like I said, keep kind of bullying Tozawa, so he kind of threw him across the ring. And comes the Creed brothers to kind of shelter Chad Gable, and he peacefully walked out of the ring, and Otis was kind of left sitting there, kind of picking up his friend Tozawa and everything else. So, like I said, going back to the previous angle or maybe previous storyline that I had before, we'll definitely keep an eye on this and see how this goes. All right, next match of the night was Dominik Mysterio versus Damian Priest. Of course, this was set up by a backstage segment. Uh, Things are not so copacetic in the House of the Judgment Day, or the clubhouse of the Judgment Day. Um, they did a little thing where Ben was like, "Hey, JD, tell Liv this," and Liv was telling JD to tell Finn this. That kind of game. Uh, Finally, Dominic got mad. Said, "Look, I got a plan. Um, I'm going to talk to Adam Pearce and get a match with Damian Priest himself." Which in the beginning wasn't that pleasant for Dominique. He actually would get a few little shots in, but Damien, this was pretty much all Damian Priest. He would actually figure out that the Santa Claus is JD McDonough. Also found out that Carlito was hiding under the ring. Pulled him out, smacked him around a little bit. Then, out of nowhere, came Finn Balor. They went at it for a bit, but the numbers came, caught up to Damian Priest until the War Raiders came in and saved the day on that one. So I think next week we'll have a six-match tag with the Judgment Day versus Damian Priest and the War Raiders. All right. Next up, we got The Miz taking on Dexter Lumis. Again, this was pretty much all Dexter Lumis here. Um, there was some history here, and they kind of mentioned it on the program. I don't know if y'all remember that The Miz got Dexter to do like a little hoax thing where he was kidnapped by Dexter, but uh, John Gargano, who was friends with Dexter Lumis, said, "Look, Dexter didn't get his money. That's the reason he is still after The Miz and all that good stuff." Anyway, like I said, Dexter was looking to put this away until AOP came down. Loomis would dive on them. Then Karrion Kross would come out and attack Dexter. The Final Testament pretty much had him surrounded till the lights went off. And when the lights came on, it was rest of the uh, Wyatt Six, namely Rowan, Nikki, and Gacy, and they pretty much chased the Final Testament out of the ring. Fans were kind of quiet on this. I don't know if it's because it was getting tired a little bit, or this one knows they're not feeling the Wyatt Six, or that's not feeling the whole Wyatt Six versus uh, Final Testament feud. But uh, whatever it is, I'm pretty sure. Well, in the following weeks, we'll all figure it out. Next segment we got was the New Day. Uh, they told Joe Tessitore that he isn't allowed to have an opinion. He's supposed to be a non-biased or unbiased journalist. Uh, Kofi Kingston said Wade Barrett and Big E had one thing in common, and neither one of them had the guts to get back in the ring after injury. And Barrett was like, "Look, I'm tired," but he was kind of siding with the New Day. Of course, Kofi Kingston got on the mic and said, "Look, I brought my mom here. She's right here in front row, and you're all sitting here and booing me, yada yada yada." But apparently, Mama Kingston didn't like how her son Kofi's been acting, and gave him a cold shoulder as well. Didn't even give him a hug. She just got up and walked away. So uh, that's pretty bad. We can't get enough love, even from your family. Anyway, this brings us to the main event of the night. It is Drew McIntyre versus Sami Zayn. Good match here. Not much back and forth. Drew McIntyre did take the advantage from the start. Sami made a couple of comebacks where that was cut off. Drew kept working on the back of Sami Zayn. Sami made one more comeback. Got that exploder suplex that sets up the haluva kick. But his back was, it was doing a good job of selling the back. Um, then when he finally tried to run for that haluva kick, Drew McIntyre countered with the Claymore kick for the 1, 2, 3. Decided to beat on Sami some more until here comes Jey Uso for the save. And when he was about to hit a splash on Drew McIntyre, um, here comes the new Bloodline members. Came in and shut him off the ropes, put a beating on him. Also, when Sami Zayn was trying to make a little save to his friend Jey Uso, he got beat down some more. So it was the new Bloodline laying out Sami Zayn and Jey Uso. So I don't know if this is going to set up tag team matches between them two and the new Bloodline, or because I'm not sure what direction they're going to put Drew in right now. That would almost seem like Drew and Sami some more, but I don't see that too often. It's, already got 2 straight wins against them, so like feel like pretty much end that feud or a brief little program, put Drew somewhere else. I do believe they're probably going to uh, maybe switch him to SmackDown or keep him on Raw. Uh, Basically, start going for that one of those top championships, either the undisputed championship or the world championship. Like I said, also we got to see that strange zero with a cross through it. I'm thinking that means zero something, maybe zero fear, zero miedo, uh, and of course seeing a little pentagram. So that's I'm saying that's could be a good sign that Penta it will be debuting in WWE very shortly. So that should be interesting. Wish Ray Phoenix was right beside him, but I guess he's got some contract obligations with AEW. But other than that, that does it for this week's WWE Raw Recap show. Again, hit that like button. Also, leave a comment what you think about this week's Raw, and how do you feel about Penta coming to the WWE, and of course, be a champ. Hit that subscribe button. folks have a good one. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Take it easy, and until next time.
So long from the peach state of Georgia.
Thank you for checking out our P2 Vision. Subscribe to our P2 Vision to watch Ronald Ray's content that covers the sport of professional wrestling from yesterday to today. His weekly content starts off with Wrestling Trivia Tuesday. Every Tuesday, Ronald Ray asks 5 questions about the sport of professional wrestling. So tune in and have some fun. Then it's WWE Monday Night Raw Recaps, where he recaps all the action from the Raw brand. Ronald Ray also does an AEW Dynamite recap show where he recaps and has fun doing it. Do you like live streams? Well, join Ronald Ray live on Spot Show Livestream, where he discusses current wrestling. Join the chat and have fun. Spot Show Livestream is on Thursday nights starting at 8 p.m. If current pro wrestling isn't your thing, like all wrestling past and present, or you're a new fan and want to hear how things were back in the day, then tune in to Wrestling Gold Friday night, where Ronald Ray discusses back in the day when wrestling was wrestling, featuring watch-alongs. That's Wrestling Gold Friday night on Fridays starting at 8 p.m.